Hey DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today is the day that we rank the top 10 DC Multiverse figures from 2022 by McFarlane Toys. Now, keep in mind, your opinions may differ from my opinions, and that's okay. We're all cool, we're all collectors, and we all have different opinions about our favorite figures. These are just my 10 favorite figures that were released in 2022. So what we're going to do is start at the bottom with number 10, work our way up to number 1, revealing the best figure of 2022 from McFarlane Toys in their DC Multiverse line. Hopefully you agree. If you don't, that's okay. Leave a comment below. Tell me why you don't agree. I love to chat about toys. All right, so getting all this out of the way, let's start with number 10. Is DC Rebirth Batman. Now, this one just might be the essential Batman figure to own in the whole DC Multiverse line. It is really, really nice Batman, especially if you're wanting a comic-accurate Batman. He has the purple on the back of on the inside of his cape, the black on the back. It's a really nice cape. I'm really digging just the whole look of the figure. He still does have the old ball joints in the wrist and the ankles. That I can overlook. That's one of those things I really hate. I really like that he's changed up the ball joints in the ankles and wrist this year. The head sculpt on this guy looks really good. Just a solid figure. He beat out a lot of figures on this list, but he ends up at number 10 for me. I'm a big Batman fan, but this guy, there's so many other nice figures in this line this year, but I really wanted to highlight a Batman in the top 10 because you know, it's DC Multiverse, it's McFarlane. You got to have the Batman in there. He makes the more Batman figures than anything else. So, Batman, DC Rebirth. Coming up at number 9 is Grifter. Now, I really love this Grifter action figure. I only have like a Playmates Grifter from way back in the day. I think this is a really cool addition to the DC Multiverse line. I believe this set is an Infinite Frontier version of Grifter, but, you know, it looks like the regular Grifter. I was just enamored by the sculpt on this guy. From a distance, when you're looking at him, he looks very plain and vanilla, like the green on the jacket, the brown pants, black shirt, red gloves. Something about him, when you take him out of the box and you start looking just at the detail of the sculpt, it is an amazing figure. I mean, so amazing that I ranked him number 9 in my list of DC Multiverse figures. The bad thing about him is he didn't come with any guns. Grifter is a figure that relies on guns and ammo. He comes with a knife and a sword. Put him in the top 10, even though he didn't come with a gun, because he's that cool. And besides, you can go out and buy the McFarlane gun pack if you really want to add weapons to this guy. Number 8 on the list is the Black Adam movie Black Adam action figure. Now, what I really like about this is one of the first movie figures from McFarlane that really captures the likeness of the actor that portrays the character. Like, this is Dwayne Johnson, and you can tell from the sculpt, I mean, he looks just like Dwayne Johnson. Besides that, I'm loving the way they did the logo. Not as awful as maybe the original Black Adam release from earlier, the Endless Winter Black Adam. He's not in my top 10 because of the way that the logo works on his chest. It just kind of hangs down at a certain point. Same thing with the Shazam figure, which is the same body sculpt. I didn't like that, but I'm digging this. I just love the sculpt, the look, and I like the Black Adam movie, so that helps too, but this just really was a great action figure to me. Number 7 on the list is Endless Winter Aquaman. This is the first comic accurate Aquaman that we've gotten in the DC Multiverse line. The only negative I have about this thing is the side eye. It looks stupid. He's just looking off to the side. I know McFarlane likes the whole side eye thing, but it's not working for me. I don't like it. Otherwise, the guy is sculpted great. The pants on this guy, there's no detail really. Well, there's slight detail to the pants if you really like rub your hands across it. But I'm loving that armored shirt. That looks so awesome. It just gives me those Aquaman vibes from having the superpowers figure as a kid, and the way that they sculpted that chainmail onto his shirt too. That was so awesome. I like the long-haired look of Aquaman. Maybe the beard, I wish he didn't have the beard, but they're going for the comic accurate look for this one, and being the first comic Aquaman that we've gotten, I had to add him to the line. It's just a fantastic figure. Number 6 in the DC Multiverse line this year is ManBat. This guy absolutely rocks. There's so much detail in the sculpt. McFarlane just went bonkers with the sculpt on this guy. And just the size of him, I think he scales really well with the smaller figures. There is a little issue with the diaper on this guy, how he just bends over and it kind of protrudes a little bit. I'm okay with that. That's nothing big. I don't know what to say other than this is a very, very awesome action figure, from the toenails that stick out that look so cool to just the weight of this guy. He feels like he weighs 5 pounds in your hand. He is so nice. Like I said, the detail on the sculpt, on his hair, just a really awesome figure. And one of maybe the best ManBat figure ever produced. Coming in at number 5 on this list is Deathstorm. Deathstorm is the closest thing we have to Firestorm so far, but what really makes this guy go overboard is just that skull sculpt. That is so nice. I'm a huge Firestorm fan, but we haven't gotten one of those yet. Well, this is Firestorm basically, but I'm just digging the sculpt on this guy. I love all the Blackest Night stuff. It was one of my favorite comic runs, but this guy, McFarlane, just goes above and beyond with this sculpt. I'm loving the flames. It's plastic, but it looks like I don't know, some of that crystal rock you'll find if you go like to the mountains and you do the panning for gold stuff, and you find those little purple looking rocks. That looks so cool. That's what the hair reminds me of, and the sculpt on this guy is fantastic. The articulation is great. This is the best version of Deathstorm. He beats out the DC Direct version by a mile. Number 4 on the list is Frankenstein. And if you go check out my review of this guy, I've been wanting this Frankenstein figure for so long. Ever since I read that Flashpoint mini from Jeff Lemire, I've been wanting this figure. Nobody's put him out. Finally, McFarlane says, hey, it's Frankenstein. Let me pull it out, because that's what I do, put out monsters. The only negative thing, he would have been maybe top 2 or maybe even number 1 this year if he was in proper scale. He just towers over other figures, so he's not in scale. He should have been just a hair tinier, maybe a head tinier, and he would have done so much better. But I can't complain too much because it looks straight out of the comic. It is so comic accurate. It is so big, so hefty in your hands. It is a very nice Frankenstein, and I couldn't be more happier to have this guy on my shelf. Coming in at number 3 is the Arkham City Penguin. Now you're probably saying, oh, a penguin figure in the top 3? Yeah, this guy is absolutely rocking. The sculpt on him is definitely top tier. This is so awesome. I mean, something that you have to put your hands on to really see the sculpt, the detail that goes into this guy. I mean, even the coat has such like a leathery detailing on it. Just the fur around everything, the gloves or the wrappings around his hands, or you can see the sculpt in there. The face on him is so ugly. I mean, he's straight out of the video game. Not a lot of articulation on this guy, but the height, he fits perfect in with the other Arkham figures, so that was pretty cool. And he comes with a little umbrella, even though it doesn't let out. I'm still cool with that. But this is, I'm gonna say, out of these top 3, these next 3 figures, this one included, these are must-own action figures. Coming in at number 2 on my list is Nightfall Batman. Okay, this figure absolutely rocks. He comes with a very shoddy paint job, but I can forget the paint job because the figure is so cool. Articulation on this guy is absolutely awesome. The sculpt on this guy is absolutely awesome. Yes, you may have to go in and customize this guy to help out a little bit. Don't worry about it. Find this guy. He's super hard to find. He's a Walmart exclusive. If you don't have him, find him, get him. You're not going to be sad about this guy. Actually, you're going to be sad because you didn't get him. He's actually going up in price, I believe. So you need to get this guy. He is by far one of the best figures, not of just of 2022, but of the DC Multiverse line to date. Plus, he has that 90s nostalgia factor going for him. So if you're into that, find this figure. You're going to want to add him to your collection. Finally, my number 1 figure for the year, Blue Beetle. I mean, why not? You know, I could have added Booster Gold into the top 10, but Blue Beetle and Booster Gold are the exact same body buck, but they kind of copped out on the boots on Booster Gold and sort of painted them and left this little ring around there that wasn't painted, which looked really funky. Aside from that, Blue Beetle is my favorite DC comic character of all time. This version, Ted Cord. I was super surprised, super stoked when McFarlane said, hey, we're doing Blue Beetle and Booster Gold in a 2-pack. This should be the basic superhero body buck that they use for figures just like this. Anybody with just a simple costume design, do this, paint over it, and you're good to go. Put them out left and right. I will buy them up all day. This is absolutely my favorite figure. Now, I know a lot of people are like, Blue Beetle? God, there's so many other cool figures. But you know what? Nobody has the nostalgia factor. Nobody has the connection to Blue Beetle like I have. Well, I'm sure there might be others out there. But like I said, when this was announced, I was just thrilled. This is like one of those things I didn't think was going to happen. Along with Frankenstein, I didn't think it was going to happen. And because this was created, because Frankenstein was created, it gives me hope that we're going to see a lot more second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth tier figures in the multiverse line. All right, folks, that's it. You've seen the top 10. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you hate, what you like, what you love. I want to hear it all. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. I know this is not the top 10 that some people would have, but hey, I'm a little different. And I liked what I like. So if you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Also, share this video. Best way to help me grow, sharing the video. All right, folks, that's it. God bless.